chosen one, hear me. You are not watching this by mistake. Heaven scheduled this moment with precision long before your eyes ever reached this screen. Something in the spirit has been stirring around you, aligning you, positioning you, pulling you into a divine appointment that could not be delayed. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, a sudden elevation, a divine wealth transfer, a heaven-sent shift that has already begun to move in your direction. The atmosphere around your life is changing, and your spirit knows it. Chosen one. God is sending someone of great power, great influence, great wealth into your path, not to glorify you, but to unlock what He placed inside you. This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16, unfolding in real time. Your gift is making room for you and bringing you before great men. You are being sought out in the Spirit, recognized not for your appearance, but for your anointing. Anointed one. Take a breath and open your heart. What you are about to hear is not information, it is impartation. It is a prophetic declaration meant to awaken what has been sleeping, confirm what you've been sensing, and prepare you for the divine orchestration already moving toward your life. Chosen one. You are not imagining the weight around your life. The atmosphere has been shifting for months, even years, and something in your spirit has been whispering that a turning point is near. You have felt eyes on you not in a fearful way, but in a spiritual way, as if unseen forces and unknown people are observing your steps with unusual attention. This sensitivity is not a weakness. It is evidence that heaven has placed you under divine surveillance because the season you are entering requires a different level of awareness. When God prepares a life for elevation, He often allows others to sense the rising before you do. I know this because I have lived it. There were seasons where I felt overlooked by people, yet strangely highlighted in the spirit. I didn't have the language to describe it, but I could feel a pull, a watching, a stirring. Later, I realized heaven was aligning connections long before they showed up. The same is happening to you now. You do not feel the shift because you are emotional. You feel it because what is within you is awakening something in others. Your presence carries a spiritual frequency that speaks even when your mouth is silent. And this is why influential people, even strangers, are being drawn to you without explanation. You may wonder why your quietness makes others lean in, or why your ideas carry weight even when you doubt yourself. It is because your gift was never ordinary. There is substance in you that has been forged in seasons of hiddenness, and heaven is beginning to reveal it to the ones who were assigned to recognize you. I remember a moment in my own journey when doors suddenly opened that I did not knock on. People I had never met mentioned my name in places I had never stood. At the time, I thought it was coincidence, but now I understand that when the timing of God matures, the earth responds. People of influence begin to sense solutions they have not yet found, and their spirits begin searching for the one who carries the answer. Chosen one, that answer is in you. Your process, the tears, the delays, the rejections, the quiet seasons, has produced something weighty in your spirit, and those in high places are being nudged toward it. Even the billionaire God is sending is not coming for your personality or your charm. They are being directed by a pull. They cannot name a stirring that interrupts their peace until they find the one whose presence aligns with their unanswered questions. Do not underestimate the gravity of what you carry. I have learned that spiritual authority is not loud and true. Anointing does not announce itself. It simply emanates. It is felt, not marketed. And those who are spiritually sensitive, whether they realize it or not, can perceive it. That is why you are being observed, evaluated, sensed in ways that don't make sense in the natural. This is not flattery. This is positioning. Nothing about what you are stepping into is accidental. The spiritual realm has been moving around you with intention. You may have thought you were stuck, but heaven has been arranging your unveiling. You may have believed silence meant nothing was happening, but silence was only God working behind the scenes. Every delay was part of the preparation. Every no was a redirection. Every hidden season was a sanctuary where your gift matured out of the sight of those who would have mishandled it. Chosen one, now the timing of heaven is ripening. The shift you feel is not imagination, it is alignment. The sense of being watched is not paranoia, it is confirmation. You are approaching the moment when what God planted in you must interact with someone whose role is to unlock the next dimension of your assignment. I can say this with confidence because I have lived through similar transitions, moments when what I carried silently became the very thing someone in authority needed desperately. They could not articulate why they felt drawn, but I understood. Heaven speaks spirit to spirit. And when the appointed time arrives, destiny recognizes destiny. This is where you stand now. You are on the edge of acceleration, and the eyes on you are witnesses to that truth. Do not shrink back. Do not second-guess the weight of your presence. Something holy is unfolding, and the one God is sending has already begun moving in your direction, even if you have not seen the evidence yet. Stay aligned, stay surrendered, stay expectant. Chosen one. As you continue to breathe through this moment, I want you to recognize how heaven has been preparing you quietly, patiently, and with a precision you could not have understood while you were walking through it. There were seasons when you felt like nothing was happening, as though your life had paused while everyone else was moving ahead. Yet those were the very seasons where God was molding the inner architecture of your spirit. He was teaching you to hear His whispers in silence, to recognize His hand in the small things, and to trust His timing when every part of you wanted to run ahead. I have lived through moments like that, standing in places that felt deserted, wondering whether I had missed the move of God entirely. But with time, I saw that the desert was not abandonment. It was consecration. It was the place where my identity became rooted in what heaven said about me, not in what people applauded or overlooked. You have walked through that same corridor of holy shaping, and though it felt lonely, it purified you. It separated you from noise, ego rush, and comparison. It forced you to rely on God, not just for blessings, but for breath. And now, chosen one, that season of inner building is the very reason someone of great power is being drawn to your life. People of influence are stirred not by talent alone, but by authenticity forged through fire. They can sense when someone carries depth rather than performance, presence rather than pretense. You have been carrying depth for a long time, though you didn't always see it clearly. The quiet strength in you, the spiritual awareness, the compassion that survived betrayal, the humility that survived disappointment, all of it emits a frequency that heaven recognizes and people of destiny respond to. That frequency is what has gone ahead of you into rooms you have never entered. It is what has caused your name to surface in conversations you were not present for. It is why someone powerful, someone with wealth, reach, and authority keeps feeling a pull they cannot explain. There is something holy in being sought without striving, in being recognized without performing. Chosen one. You are stepping into a season where striving will cease because alignment is taking over. You will not have to push doors open. They will open because your assignment has arrived. I remember a moment when a connection appeared in my own life that made no logical sense. I had not campaigned for it, I had not positioned myself for it, and I had not even thought I was qualified for it. But someone with greater influence than I could have imagined told me, I don't know why, but your name kept coming to me. That sentence changed my life. It taught me that destiny does not rely on human promotion. It relies on obedience to divine timing. You are approaching that same kind of moment. A billionaire, a leader, or someone carrying significant influence is being spiritually nudged toward you. Not because you asked for it, not because you chased it, but because your calling requires a level of support, visibility, or resource that heaven is now ready to release. God often uses people who have worldly influence to elevate those who carry spiritual influence. And this alignment is not about luxury or wealth. It is about mission. It is about kingdom purpose. It is about the unfolding of something that requires a partnership heaven itself has ordained. You may not see yourself as ready, but your spirit is. Everything you have endured has prepared you to stand in this alignment without losing your identity. Chosen one, let me tell you something personal. The first time God aligned me with someone far above my natural reach, I felt small. I felt unqualified, underprepared, and unsure of how to navigate the opportunity. But God whispered, they may have the platform, but you carry the power. And I want you to hear that same truth now. The person being drawn to you may have built empires, but you have built endurance. They may possess resources, but you possess revelation. They may sit in high places, but you have stood in holy places. That balance is why heaven is orchestrating this meeting. It is not about worshipping their success. It is about recognizing that you have something they cannot manufacture, measure, or buy. Your presence carries clarity they need. Your story carries answers they have been searching for. Your resilience carries wisdom they cannot find in their circles. That is why God is sending them not to elevate your ego, but to elevate your assignment. Influence is a tool in the hands of heaven, and God is about to place the right tool in proximity to your purpose. Chosen one, do not shrink when this connection manifests. Walk into it with humility, but also with spiritual authority. You are not being blessed because you are lucky. You are being positioned because you are chosen. Every tear you shed privately, every battle you fought internally, every moment you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to quit, all of it has built a foundation that can now hold the weight of elevation. What is coming is not random. It is not premature. It is not accidental. It is time, and heaven has decided it. Chosen one. As you move deeper into this revelation, I want you to understand something that many never grasp until destiny is already upon them. The divine connections God orchestrates are never about popularity or gain. They are about aligning what is earthly with what is eternal. When heaven decides it is time for your assignment to expand, it does not ask your environment for permission. It does not wait for perfect conditions. It stirs hearts, disrupts routines, and awakens individuals who carry the authority to unlock doors you were never meant to open on your own. You may not realize this yet, but the one being drawn toward you has also been in their own kind of spiritual wrestling. People in positions of power often carry burdens they cannot share publicly. They have influence but lack peace. They have visibility but lack direction. They have wealth but lack spiritual grounding. And what they sense in you, even before meeting you, is not your external ability, but your internal stability, the kind formed through pain, surrender, and relentless faith. I can recall moments when I felt as though heaven was positioning me beside people who lived in a completely different world from mine. They had access, reputation, abundance. I had vision, resilience, and an anointing I did not fully understand. At first, I struggled to see the purpose behind it. Why would someone so powerful feel drawn to someone like me? Only later did I realize that God does not connect people based on status. He connects them based on assignment. The same is happening to you, chosen one. Someone with great earthly stature is being spiritually nudged toward you because your calling answers a need in their life that none of their connections have been able to fill. They do not know your story, but they will feel your authenticity. They do not know your battles, but they will see your strength. They do not know the nights you cried, prayed, or questioned, but they will sense the depth created through those nights. Your authenticity is about to become your greatest currency. That is why God protected you from becoming hardened or bitter through your struggles. That softness in your spirit, that empathy, that discernment, that quiet strength, these are treasures heaven has been refining in you for years. And those qualities are about to speak louder than any resume, louder than any platform, louder than any introduction someone could give on your behalf. The person being sent toward you will be moved not by your presentation, but by your presence. When God aligns two lives, the recognition is spiritual long before it becomes logical. Chosen one. This is why you have been feeling unsettled and expectant at the same time. The spirit in you knows that something is shifting. You have been sensing movement. You cannot see activity, you cannot interpret, but the unsettling you feel is preparation. When destiny approaches your old environment, cannot hold you the way it used to. Relationships feel different. Conversations feel shallow. You begin craving silence, clarity, and deeper connection with God. These inner changes are signs that you are outgrowing the season you were once assigned to. And just like a seed breaks before it births, your spirit has been stretching in ways that felt uncomfortable but necessary. I want you to hear this clearly. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are emerging at the exact moment heaven ordained. The one being sent toward you is not ahead of schedule. They are arriving at the intersection of divine timing and personal readiness, and heaven is making sure that both of you recognize the significance of this connection. They may feel the pull as curiosity, instinct, or inspiration, but you will feel it as confirmation. When your paths cross, something in you will settle, not because you depend on them, but because your spirit will recognize that this alignment was written long before either of you were born. Chosen one, allow me to share something from my own life. There was a time when I kept praying for breakthrough, yet nothing shifted. I fasted, stayed faithful, did everything I knew to do, and still the doors stayed shut. Then suddenly, a person whose life looked nothing like mine, a person with influence I never expected to meet, entered my story. Their arrival felt random, but the impact was undeniable. They became the vessel God used to move me into a season I could not access alone. And in that moment, I realized that the breakthrough I prayed for was never meant to come from effort alone. It was meant to come through connection. Heaven assigns people to people. Destiny is never a solo journey. That is why you must prepare your heart for this connection, not with fear or intimidation, but with reverence. This person is not coming to lift you onto a pedestal. They are coming because they are spiritually mandated to support what God placed in you. And you, chosen one, must be ready to stand in that moment without shrinking. This is not about proving yourself worthy. This is about walking in the worthiness heaven already placed upon you. The rooms you are about to enter are not opportunities, they are assignments. The conversations you will soon have are not casual, they are catalysts. The partnership forming around your life is not coincidence, it is covenant. Chosen one, lift your expectations because heaven is not merely opening a door for you. It is orchestrating a divine meeting that will shift the trajectory of your purpose. You are approaching a moment where the natural and the supernatural converge. Walk with boldness, walk with purity, walk with clarity. The one God is sending is coming with intention, and they are carrying what your next season requires. Chosen one. As you step further into this unfolding revelation, I want you to understand the depth of what heaven has been orchestrating around your life, even in moments that felt quiet, confusing, or painfully uneventful. Nothing in your story has been wasted. Not the delays, not the disappointments, not the relationships that dissolved without closure. Every piece has shaped a vessel capable of carrying the weight of the season you are stepping into now. For years you may have assumed that certain things were falling apart, when in truth, heaven was rearranging everything so it could fall into place at the appointed time. This is that time. God has been removing the unnecessary, refining your desires, and softening the places in you that once resisted vulnerability or lacked clarity. All of this was preparation for a divine alignment that requires a grounded, purified, spiritually awakened version of you, not the version who once rushed ahead or accepted less than what heaven ordained. Chosen one. The person God is sending, this influential individual, this billionaire, this gatekeeper, is not arriving by chance. They are being guided by a supernatural pull that neither they nor you could have created. Something in their life has reached a point of holy dissatisfaction. They have achieved what the world calls success, but their spirit has grown hungry for authenticity, depth, and guidance they cannot find within their usual circles. Your presence becomes the answer to that void, not because you are perfect, but because you are aligned. This connection is not transactional, it is transformational. Heaven is not positioning you to be impressed by them, but to be impactful to them. You carry something they cannot manufacture: peace, discernment, endurance, spiritual sensitivity, and a connection to God that was forged through trials they never had to face. I know what it feels like to question whether you are truly ready for such a meeting. I remember nights where I wrestled with my own sense of inadequacy, wondering whether I had the strength or maturity to stand where God was calling me. But heaven does not elevate those who feel qualified. Heaven elevates those who stayed faithful. And you, chosen one, have remained faithful in seasons where quitting would have been easier. You did not abandon your values when temptation pressed in. You did not lose your compassion when betrayal wounded you. You did not let bitterness poison your spirit when others misjudged or dismissed you. This purity of heart is the very reason heaven can trust you with influence. The one being sent toward you will sense this purity instinctively. They will feel safe around you, drawn to your steadiness, moved by the unspoken strength in your presence. They will see in you what money could never give them. Chosen one. Your life has been a classroom for spiritual discipline. Every unanswered prayer taught you patience. Every closed door taught you discernment. Every battle taught you how to lean on God rather than leaning on people. These lessons have shaped your character more deeply than you realize, and that character is what heaven is now spotlighting. The coming connection is not about elevating your status, it is about magnifying your assignment. Heaven is entrusting you with influence because your heart has matured enough to handle it without corrupting your identity. This is why humility must remain your foundation. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is remembering who your strength comes from. When the influential person steps into your life, humility will keep you grounded, and spiritual authority will keep you bold. The combination of both will illuminate the true purpose of the connection. You must also recognize that divine elevation always attracts spiritual attention. As your visibility increases, so will the warfare, but so will heaven's protection. I have walked through seasons where new opportunities felt intimidating and fear masqueraded as self-doubt. Yet every time I stepped forward in obedience, the fear dissolved. The moment you step into alignment, heaven meets you with strength. The same will happen for you. There will be moments where you question your capacity, but heaven will confirm your calling. There will be moments where you feel small, but grace will make you stand tall. What God ordains, God sustains. Chosen one, prepare yourself emotionally and spiritually for this meeting, not with anxiety, but with expectation. Spend time in stillness. Listen for God's whispers. Strengthen your discernment so you can recognize divine timing when it arrives. The one being sent may carry wealth, but you carry wisdom. They may bring resources, but you bring revelation. They may offer opportunity, but you offer spiritual clarity. Heaven is pairing these strengths for a purpose far beyond personal gain. Chosen one. Your breakthrough will not come by striving, but by surrender. And you have surrendered enough to finally step into what heaven promised you. Continue walking with reverence, attentiveness, and unwavering trust. You are approaching a moment that will shift the trajectory of your calling, and heaven has already gone before you to prepare the way. The alignment is near, the door is forming, the connection is already awakening. Chosen one. As you lean into this next movement of the Spirit, I want you to recognize how profoundly heaven has been orchestrating your steps long before you ever reached this moment of awakening. Nothing about your journey has been accidental. Even the seasons that felt like wandering, the moments that tasted like failure, and the nights where prayer felt unanswered were all threads woven intentionally into the tapestry of your becoming. You have walked through valleys that forced you to confront your own doubts, and you have climbed spiritual mountains that stretched your endurance in ways no one around you could see. Yet, through it all, heaven was marking you, molding you, pruning you for an assignment that demanded a depth not everyone possesses. That depth is now the very thing calling a new level of destiny toward you, and it is why someone powerful is being spiritually magnetized to your presence. Their attraction is not emotional, social, or circumstantial. It is prophetic. It is the result of heaven aligning two stories that were written to intersect at an appointed time. Chosen one, you must understand the weight of that timing. The influential person who is being stirred toward you is not just walking into your life casually. They are arriving because God has whispered into their spirit, even if they do not recognize His voice. They are sensing the unraveling of something old within themselves, something that success, money, or status could no longer pacify. People in positions of power often feel the shaking of transition before they understand its purpose. They begin seeking answers in unusual places, gravitating toward people who carry the authenticity and wisdom they lack. You, chosen one, are one of those rare individuals whose presence unsettles the superficial and awakens the meaningful. Your spirit carries a frequency that reaches into the parts of others that have been dormant, and this billionaire, this leader, this gatekeeper feels drawn because your presence touches a place in them that influence cannot reach. But heaven has not only prepared them, it has prepared you. I have lived through seasons where God connected me with people I once believed were out of my league. At first I felt unqualified. My mind replayed every insecurity and every shortcoming. Yet when the moment came, I discovered that God had already placed in me what the connection required: strength disguised as silence, wisdom disguised as wounds, discernment disguised as waiting. you will discover the same. The person coming into your life may have wealth, but you have worth. They may have resources, but you have revelation. They may have a platform, but you have a purpose that predates their presence. This alignment will reveal the truth that God does not pair people based on what impresses others. He pairs them based on what advances His kingdom. Chosen one, this is why the battles you faced were so intense. The enemy fought you with discouragement because he could not stop your anointing, so he tried to weaken your confidence. He attacked your relationships because he saw the divine partnership coming. He targeted your mind because he feared the clarity you would gain once you understood who you truly are. But despite all of that, you remained faithful, and faithfulness has opened a dimension of favor that effort could never produce. You survived storms designed to silence you, and because you did not break heaven, can now trust you with influence. Your perseverance has positioned you for what comes next. And now, chosen one. The spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting again. You may notice people observing you more intently, asking deeper questions, or showing unexpected respect. You may notice an increase in dreams, intuition, or sudden opportunities. These are signals of divine convergence. Heaven is not merely sending someone to bless you. Heaven is sending someone whose destiny is intertwined with your own. They are coming because they need what you carry, and you are ready to receive what they bring. This is not dependence. This is alignment. Heaven often answers prayers through people, and this connection is a divine response to both your petitions and theirs. I want you to prepare yourself with the posture of someone who has been called, not someone who is waiting to be chosen. When you meet this influential person, do not minimize your light. Do not silence your intuition. Do not dilute your power to make them comfortable. They are being drawn to you precisely because of the authenticity, clarity, and spiritual substance that sets you apart. You are not entering their world to blend in. You are entering to illuminate. Your presence will bring peace where they have felt pressure, clarity where they have felt confusion, and grounding where they have felt spiritually adrift. This is your assignment, and heaven has equipped you for it. Chosen one, lift your expectations higher than ever before. Heaven is bringing you into a season where divine favor accelerates everything it touches. Connections will form quickly. Doors will open suddenly. Provision will arrive supernaturally, and the person being sent into your life will not come empty-handed. They will come carrying keys to access, keys to opportunity, keys to resources that your calling requires. But remember, the keys are not the treasure. You are. What you carry spiritually is the foundation on which heaven will build what comes next. So prepare your heart, your spirit, and your posture. The alignment is approaching, and the connection is closer than you think. Find chosen one. As you step into this next wave of revelation, let your spirit settle into the truth that heaven has been arranging every detail of your journey with masterful intention. Even the seasons that felt chaotic were carrying divine order beneath the surface. The silence you endured was not emptiness. It was God building spiritual muscle within you. The loneliness you felt was not abandonment. It was insulation. The setbacks you experienced were not rejection. They were redirection, preparing you for the weight of glory you are now being called to carry. And though you may not have realized it at the time, every moment of stretching was shaping you into someone capable of hosting divine strategy and supernatural responsibility. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. Chosen one. The connection. Heaven is bringing into your life now a billionaire, A person of wide influence, someone who walks in rooms you have only dreamed of, is not arriving to overwhelm you, but to collaborate with what God has already placed within you. You must understand the spiritual significance of such a partnership. People with great wealth often carry heavy burdens. Their decisions impact communities, industries, and sometimes nations. Though they may appear confident, many of them live with deep spiritual hollowness because the world taught them how to build kingdoms, but never taught them how to build character. You, on the other hand, have been learning character, endurance, and discernment long before influence ever approached your doorstep. It is your inner world, not your outer achievements, that heaven is spotlighting in this season. Your authenticity, your resilience, your unwavering faith in seasons that others would have crumbled under these qualities hold more power than you realize. And these are the qualities the influential person coming toward you needs desperately. They have advisors but lack clarity. They have mentors but lack spiritual grounding. They have status but lack divine alignment. And you carry what they have been unconsciously searching for. Heaven does not bring such people into your life for decoration. Heaven brings them because destinies are meant to intertwine, and your assignment is powerful enough to require support from someone who has the means to amplify what God has entrusted to you. I know what it feels like to stand on the edge of such a shift, when something in your spirit is vibrating with expectation while your mind tries to make sense of what is coming. When heaven prepares an elevation, it often feels like your old identity no longer fits, but your new one hasn't fully formed. I have walked through that space of holy uncertainty, and I can tell you that the discomfort you feel is proof that heaven is stretching your capacity. You're becoming the version of yourself who can walk confidently into rooms where others carry influence, but you carry authority. Do not confuse influence with significance. The world values influence, but heaven values significance, and you are stepping into the kind of significance that cannot be measured in earthly metrics. Chosen. 1. Let me speak to the moments when you felt unseen. Those years were not wasted. They protected your purity. They shielded your anointing from premature exposure. They allowed you to grow roots deep enough to withstand the weight of future visibility. Spiritual elevation without foundation leads to collapse, and God refused to let your destiny collapse. Every hidden season was an investment, and now the return on that investment is approaching through the form of a person who will recognize the light in you even before you fully recognize it in yourself. Do not be surprised if the connection comes suddenly, unexpectedly, or through an avenue you could never have anticipated. Heaven often disguises destiny in unconventional packaging. The person God is sending may not speak your spiritual language yet, but their spirit will recognize the truth you carry. You may notice them watching you quietly, listening deeply, or asking questions that reveal their hunger for something real. Be patient with their process. They are coming from a world where power is defined differently, and your presence will be their introduction to a higher definition of power, the kind that is birthed in surrender, shaped in obedience, and carried with humility. Chosen one, prepare your inner posture, not with fear, but with reverence. This is not a season to sabotage your elevation with self-doubt. This is not a time to shrink your voice to keep others comfortable. This is not a moment to question why God chose you. He chose you because your spirit survived battles that wealth could not shield you from. He chose you because you learned how to walk with Him in darkness, and now you will walk with Him in influence. He chose you because the authenticity of your heart will disarm the guardedness of the influential person being sent toward you. In this next season, conversations will carry weight. Small interactions will open large doors. Moments of obedience will become catalysts for supernatural acceleration. Do not underestimate the power of your presence. When you walk into alignment, everything around you shifts: atmospheres, perspectives, and even people. Heaven is preparing you not just to meet someone powerful, but to stand beside them with dignity, wisdom, and spiritual authority. This connection is an assignment, a calling, a divine partnership ordained to advance what God has written over your life. Chosen one, you are ready. Not because you feel ready, but because heaven has declared it so. Chosen one. As you continue walking through this unfolding journey, understand that the next phase of your elevation is not simply about stepping into new opportunities, but about stepping into a new version of yourself, one that heaven has been patiently shaping through every season of testing and transformation. The moments that felt like breaking were actually moments of birthing. The nights where you questioned your purpose were nights where heaven whispered identity into your spirit, even when you couldn't hear it clearly. And now, as destiny draws nearer, there is a refining happening inside you, a recalibration of your inner world that is preparing you to steward what God is placing into your hands. The influence coming toward you is not meant to overwhelm you, but to work through you, and heaven wants your spirit anchored, your identity rooted, and your confidence aligned with divine truth rather than human validation. Chosen one, the person being drawn toward you, the billionaire, the influential leader, the gatekeeper, is sensing something they cannot articulate. They may not understand God the way you do, but they feel the stirring, they feel the shift, they feel the divine nudge pointing them toward your life. People in high places are often surrounded by noise advisors, expectations, obligations, pressure. Yet none of those voices reach the deep places of their soul. Heaven is using your frequency, your peace, your clarity, your spiritual grounding to penetrate their internal noise. This is why they feel an unusual pull toward you. It is not emotional curiosity, it is spiritual resonance. You are carrying what their spirit has been starving for. And here is what you must remember. Heaven never sends someone into your life without preparing you first. Think back on your journey. You learned how to discern genuine intentions from false ones. You learned how to hear God when the world tried to drown out his voice. You learned endurance through seasons that would have broken a weaker vessel. You learned humility, not through humiliation, but through surrender. And most importantly, you learned trust in God's timing, trust in his leading, and trust in his ability to open doors that human hands could never create. All of these lessons have built a spiritual maturity within you that wealth cannot buy and influence cannot manufacture. Chosen one, let yourself acknowledge the truth. You have outgrown the version of yourself that doubted your worth. You have outgrown the environments that minimized your voice. You have outgrown the relationships that treated your calling as optional. Heaven has been elevating you internally long before it elevates you externally, and now that internal elevation is beginning to manifest in your atmosphere. You may notice that conversations around you feel different. Old patterns no longer tempt you. Old fears no longer paralyze you. Old insecurities no longer echo with the same volume. This is the maturity heaven needed you to reach, so the upcoming connection could be sustained without spiritual imbalance. The person being sent toward you carries influence, but you carry insight. They carry resources, but you carry revelation. They carry access, but you carry anointing. And when the two collide under divine timing, lives transform. Heaven never pairs people randomly. Heaven pairs people prophetically. You are about to become a divine mirror for this influential individual, a reflection of what God is awakening in them, and a reminder of what they were created to pursue beyond success. And in return, they will become a vessel God uses to accelerate what you have been preparing for quietly. I have walked through moments like this, where influence approached me unexpectedly, where someone with far more earthly power felt drawn to my presence before they ever understood my story. At first, I felt like I needed to adapt, to impress, to rise to their level. But heaven taught me that destiny is not about impressing, it is about embodying the truth of who God created you to be. When you stand in that truth, you do not shrink in front of influence. Influence rises to meet the authority you carry. That is what will happen with you, chosen one. When they encounter you, they will encounter peace. They cannot explain wisdom, they cannot ignore, and presence they cannot replicate. Not because of who you are naturally, but because of who you are spiritually. Chosen one, prepare your heart for a season of accelerated clarity. God is going to reveal why certain doors stayed closed, why certain people left, why certain opportunities seemed to slip away. It was all to protect the purity of this alignment. Heaven guards what is sacred, and your calling is sacred. You are not stepping into luck, you are stepping into alignment. And the influence coming toward you is not a coincidence, it is a confirmation. Walk with confidence, walk with discernment, and walk with the awareness that heaven has gone before you. This next chapter carries weight, and heaven has declared you ready for it. Chosen one. As you cross into the deeper layers of this divine unveiling, you must understand that heaven is not simply shifting your circumstances, it is shifting your entire spiritual landscape. Something in your atmosphere has been undergoing a quiet revolution, and you have felt it, even if you couldn't articulate it. The inner restlessness, the sudden clarity, the way certain people no longer feel connected to your journey, the way your spirit has become more alert to subtle shifts. None of this is random. This is what it feels like when heaven prepares a vessel for a strategic assignment. You've been sensing the pull of destiny tightening around your steps, drawing you into alignment with something greater than anything you've experienced before. And the connection being orchestrated, the influential person being drawn toward you is part of that divine alignment. They are not coming to complete you, they are arriving because your story and theirs were written to intersect for kingdom purpose. Chosen one. The influence approaching your life carries a weight that demands spiritual maturity, and heaven has been shaping that maturity within you through trials that once made you question your own worth. Think about what you've survived. You endured seasons where rejection felt personal, yet those seasons taught you discernment. You endured betrayal that shook you, yet it taught you how to guard your heart without hardening it. You endured moments where you had to rebuild quietly, yet those moments strengthened your inner resilience. Many do not realize this, but spiritual authority is birthed in adversity. Your scars have become symbols of strength, your tears have become prayers sown into your calling, and the endurance you learned has become the foundation heaven can build influence upon. This is why the one being drawn to you will notice something different in you. They will sense a peace that success couldn't give them. They will notice a groundedness that money couldn't provide. They will feel a spiritual clarity that none of their advisors could articulate. People with great influence are often surrounded by individuals who want something from them, but your presence will stand out because you are not coming to take, you are coming to guide, illuminate and elevate through what God has placed within you. And this authenticity will disarm them more powerfully than any rehearsed speech or impressive credential. Chosen one destiny is rarely revealed in a single moment. It unfolds in layers, unlocking itself piece by piece as your spirit grows prepared enough to steward what comes next. The connection forming around your life is not just an opportunity, but a mantle. Heaven is pairing you with someone whose reach can extend your assignment in ways you cannot currently imagine. But the pairing must be spiritually aligned. If you had met them too early, before the pruning, before the healing, before the clarity, you might have mistaken their wealth for your worth, or confused their influence with your identity. Heaven withheld this connection until you could carry it without collapsing under its weight. I have been in seasons where doors opened suddenly, almost shockingly, and I realized afterward that those doors would have crushed me if they had opened a year earlier. Timing is not just about readiness, it is about protection. Heaven knows when the vessel is strong enough to withstand visibility, and heaven knows when influence can be entrusted to someone without corrupting their purpose. You, chosen one, have reached that point. Your spirit has ripened, your discernment has sharpened, your humility has deepened. These qualities are not just admirable, they are strategic. They are why heaven can trust you with elevation that others might squander. Chosen one, do not be surprised if your spirit begins picking up on this connection before it manifests in the physical. You may feel sudden waves of anticipation or moments where your heart feels as though it is preparing for something significant. You may feel an unusual sense of peace, even in areas that once caused anxiety. You may even notice subtle signs, a conversation, a dream, an intuitive nudge that hint at what is approaching. Heaven often reveals the future in whispers before it reveals it in reality. When the influential person steps into your life, you will not feel intimidated. You will feel recognized. Not recognized by man, but by destiny. They will see something in you that others overlooked. They will value something in you that others misunderstood. They will honor something in you that others took for granted. And as this connection unfolds, you must remember you are not being elevated to impress the world. You are being elevated to impact it. This is the essence of kingdom elevation. Influence is not the reward. Influence is the responsibility, and heaven equips those it calls. Your story has been preparing you to carry weight without wavering purpose, without pride, and assignment without apology. Walk forward with reverence, chosen one. Heaven is aligning your path with destiny, and the connection approaching your life is a divine confirmation of what God has spoken over you since the beginning. Chosen one. As you move into this next dimension of understanding, I want you to see how heaven has been weaving together threads that once looked disconnected in your life. What felt like scattered pieces are now forming a pattern, a design, a divine blueprint, revealing itself slowly but unmistakably. The more you grow in awareness, the clearer you will see that nothing was random. The heartbreaks you survived strengthened your compassion. The disappointments that crushed your expectations refined your discernment. The silent seasons where you felt unnoticed built the spiritual weight that now draws attention without you lifting a finger. Every moment was preparation for a level of influence that requires depth, purity, and conviction, not ambition. And this is precisely why the influential person being drawn toward you is not being attracted to what you do, but to who you have become. Chosen one. Heaven does not elevate for spectacle, it elevates for assignment. That is why the person coming into your life is being stirred by something they cannot reason their way through. They may try to explain their interest in you through logic or curiosity, but deep down, their spirit will know that the pull is divine. People with great power often operate in environments where authenticity is rare, manipulation is common, and hidden agendas are everywhere. Yet, when they encounter someone whose spirit has been purified through trials, their defenses lower instantly. They may not show it outwardly, but inwardly they recognize the rarity of what they are experiencing. This is the influence you carry, chosen one, not an influence built on status, but on truth. Not an influence built on charisma, but on character. Not an influence built on image, but on intimacy with God. You have walked through years where you questioned whether God saw your effort. You wondered if your prayers were reaching heaven at all. You wondered why favor seemed delayed when your intentions were pure. But what you did not realize was that heaven was protecting you from premature exposure. I remember my own season of delay when I begged God for opportunities and connections that I felt ready for. I didn't understand then that readiness is not about desire, it is about resilience. If the door had opened too soon, the pressure behind it would have crushed what God was still forming within me. And the same is true for you. Heaven waited until your roots were deep enough, your identity secure enough, and your discernment sharp enough to handle what is coming. Chosen. 1. Let me tell you something sacred. This next connection is not just a meeting, it is a merging of assignments. Heaven is pairing you with someone whose reach can amplify your voice, accelerate your calling, and unlock environments where your influence is needed. Yet, heaven is also pairing them with you because you carry the clarity, grounding, and spiritual authority they desperately need. You are not entering this connection as a subordinate, but as a spiritual equal. Your role is not to be impressed, but to be impactful. Your presence will disrupt atmospheres around them, shifting their priorities, softening their spirit, and awakening spiritual hunger they may not have realized was asleep. This is why God chose you, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing, surrendered, and anchored. Chosen one, pay attention to the subtle signs around you now. You may feel your confidence growing quietly, not arrogantly, but steadily. You may feel the weight of your words increasing, as though heaven is giving you language for seasons you haven't fully entered yet. You may feel more drawn to prayer, reflection, and silence. These are signs of spiritual elevation. Heaven always prepares the vessel before releasing the visibility. And the visibility coming toward you will not be small. It will require you to stand boldly in rooms where your spirit, not your resume, determines the atmosphere. Do not be surprised if you feel a gentle pulling away from certain people or habits. The next level of your calling requires focus, purity, and readiness. Heaven is not removing things from you. Heaven is removing things that cannot accompany you. There is a difference. And though these shifts may feel uncomfortable, they are signs of alignment, not loss. The old version of you cannot carry the weight of where God is taking you next. The next version of you must walk in authority, confidence, and clarity, qualities heaven has been planting and watering within you. Chosen one, as this influential person enters your life, you will feel a sense of familiarity, as though your spirit recognizes them. You will not feel intimidated. You will feel assigned. You will not feel overwhelmed. You will feel anchored. You will not feel lucky. You will feel aligned. And they will feel the same. Your presence will awaken something in them that their success never could. You will remind them of purpose beyond achievement, peace beyond accomplishment, and destiny beyond wealth. This connection is not coming to flatter your ego, it is coming to fulfill your calling. Walk forward with humility, but also with divine boldness. Heaven has called you into this moment, and nothing can block what God has commanded to unfold. Chosen one. As you continue deeper into this divine unfolding, heaven is inviting you into a level of spiritual awareness that goes beyond what you have ever walked in before. You are stepping into a realm where every inner stirring carries prophetic significance, where every shift in your atmosphere is an announcement, and where every moment of clarity is a whisper from God positioning you for what is coming. This season requires not just obedience, but sensitivity, not just faith, but perception, not just readiness, but alignment. Heaven does not elevate a person outwardly until their inner world has reached a place of quiet authority, and that is exactly what has been forming within you over these past years. You have grown in ways that even you have not fully acknowledged. You have healed from wounds that once distorted your view of yourself. You have learned to walk in trust even when your heart felt fragile. You have cultivated spiritual sight even when your surroundings offered no physical evidence of breakthrough. And this inner elevation is what has attracted the attention of heaven and now the attention of someone powerful on earth. Chosen one, the influential individual being drawn toward your life, is not coming merely because of what you do. They are coming because of what you carry. People in high places are often surrounded by noise, flattery, competition, and hidden agendas. They rarely encounter someone who carries purity of intention, strength of spirit, and depth of discernment. When they encounter someone like you, someone who has survived storms, endured refining, and remained authentic through it all, their spirit responds, even if their mind cannot yet articulate why. They are sensing your anointing, your stability, your substance. They are sensing the light that you carry, a light that cannot be dimmed by circumstances or intimidation. They may not yet understand God, but they can feel God in you. This is why heaven has been training your spirit to stay grounded, to remain unshaken, to walk with quiet confidence. You will soon find yourself standing in environments where your presence alone shifts the atmosphere. You will enter rooms where people notice you before you speak, because there is a spiritual weight on your life that cannot be ignored. Do not be surprised when this begins to happen. You have been prepared for it through seasons where you were misunderstood, overlooked, or underestimated. Those seasons were not punishments, they were spiritual rehearsals. They taught you how to carry significance without seeking validation, how to walk in dignity without demanding recognition, how to embody authority without announcing it. Chosen one. As this influential person steps into your story, you must remember that this connection is mutual. You are not being placed beneath them, you are being placed beside them. You carry what they lack, and they carry what your assignment now requires. They have access, but you have alignment. They have visibility, but you have vision. They have influence, but you have insight. Heaven is pairing purpose with provision, revelation with resources, destiny with opportunity. This union is not random, it is strategic, and heaven will not allow either of you to miss it. I know from experience how overwhelming it can feel when you sense a connection forming that you did not pursue, especially one that carries significant spiritual and earthly weight. When it first happened to me, I felt unqualified. I questioned myself, doubted my worth, and feared that I would not be able to handle the responsibility attached to such influence. But the deeper I moved into alignment, the more I realized something vital. Heaven does not call the equipped. Heaven equips the called. Every weakness I once feared became a doorway for God's strength. Every insecurity I wrestled with became the soil in which confidence was planted. Every moment of hesitation transformed into boldness through obedience. And the same transformation is happening within you now. Chosen one, you will not step into this connection as the timid, uncertain version of yourself that walked through past seasons. You will step into it as someone refined, clarified, and spiritually awakened. You will bring to this relationship a level of truth and groundedness that the influential person rarely encounters. Your presence will feel like fresh air to them. Your authenticity will feel like safety. Your discernment will feel like guidance. Your peace will feel like the answer to questions they have been carrying silently for years. They may have millions of voices around them, but heaven will make your voice one of the few that penetrates their heart. Do not shrink in this moment. Do not water down your anointing. Do not second-guess what you carry. Heaven has been intentional about every lesson that shaped you, every storm that strengthened you, and every silence that purified you. You are ready, not because you feel ready, but because your spirit has matured into readiness. And heaven has already gone ahead of you, softening the heart of the person being sent, preparing the environment, aligning the timing, and ensuring that every piece falls into place exactly as it should. Chosen one. You are entering a season where obedience will open doors faster than effort ever could, where alignment will bring acceleration, where divine partnership will unlock destiny. Walk boldly into this. Walk reverently. Walk with your spirit awake and your heart surrendered. The connection approaching your life is not just a stepping stone, it is a divine catalyst. Heaven has written this moment into your story, and nothing can interrupt what God has ordained. Chosen one. As you step even further into the revelation of this divine alignment, heaven is asking you to widen your understanding of the magnitude of what is being prepared for you. You are not just entering a new season, you are entering a new spiritual stature. What is unfolding around you is not simply opportunity, it is orchestration. It is heaven positioning you with precision, threading together every moment of your past, every prayer you whispered in vulnerability, every sacrifice you made when no one was watching, and every hardship that shaped the steel within your spirit. This is the hour when everything hidden becomes purposeful, everything painful becomes prophetic, and everything delayed becomes destiny. The person who is being drawn toward you is part of that destiny, and heaven has placed a spiritual magnetism upon you that even you can feel in your bones. There is a reason your atmosphere feels charged. There is a reason your dreams have intensified. There is a reason you feel an inner anticipation without knowing why. Your spirit recognizes what your mind cannot yet articulate. Something heaven-appointed is approaching. Chosen one. This new connection will require you to walk in an identity that has been forming in silence for years. Heaven did not mold you in public. It molded you in obscurity so that when the moment came, you would stand steady, anchored, and unshakable. Many people are elevated too quickly without depth, without discipline, without spiritual grounding. But you are not like them. You have been broken open and rebuilt. You have been purified through disappointment, refined through rejection, and strengthened through isolation. These were not punishments, they were preparations. They carved out the inner capacity needed to hold the weight of what God is about to place in your hands. So when the influential person steps into your life, they will not be meeting the version of you who once doubted, questioned, or apologized for your calling. They will meet the version of you who has risen from the ashes with clarity, humility, and authority. This connection will feel divinely familiar. You will recognize them in a way that transcends logic, and they will recognize you not because they have met you before, but because their spirit has been searching for you. People with influence often carry burdens they cannot confess openly: pressure, expectation, loneliness, masked by accomplishment. They are surrounded by people who know their success but do not know their soul. When your presence enters their atmosphere, the contrast will be undeniable. You will see them with spiritual clarity, not through flattery or fear. You will hear their unspoken questions. You will discern their internal battles. And without trying, you will bring peace into places of their life that wealth could never touch. This is why heaven is sending you not to impress, but to impact. Not to gain, but to guide. Not to follow, but to stand. Chosen one, understand this deeply. The reason this moment is so sacred is because heaven is not just elevating you individually. Heaven is expanding your assignment. Influence is not the prize. Influence is the tool, and heaven only gives tools to those who know how to wield them with purity. You have proven through years of hardship that you can be trusted with responsibility. You didn't lose yourself in storms that would have crushed others. You didn't abandon God in seasons where the silence pierced your spirit. You didn't compromise your integrity even when compromise looked easier. You stood, you endured, you believed. And because of that, heaven is now entrusting you with a connection that has the power to shift nations, industries, families, and legacies. But I want to speak to the part of you that still wrestles with unworthiness. There is a version of you, an old version that still whispers, "Why me?" That version was shaped by rejection, by comparison, by years where you felt unseen or undervalued. But you must let that version die. Who you were cannot enter who you are becoming. Heaven did not choose you based on perfection. Heaven chose you based on surrender. It is not your flawlessness that draws divine favor. It is your willingness. It is your obedience. It is the posture of your heart. When heaven searches the earth for someone to carry influence with humility and power with purity, it does not search for the strongest. It searches for the surrendered. And you, chosen one, have lived surrendered, even when you didn't understand the fullness of what you were standing in. This is why the connection coming toward you feels larger than anything you could have asked for. It is heaven's response to seeds you sowed in tears. It is heaven's reward for battles you fought in silence. It is heaven's vindication for moments where others underestimated what God was building within you. He is now preparing to reveal publicly what he cultivated privately. And that revelation comes in the form of divine partnership. Chosen one, prepare your heart for what is coming. Prepare your mind for conversations that carry prophetic weight. Prepare your spirit for rooms where your presence becomes a catalyst. You will not need to force your way in. You will not need to compete or convince. Heaven will bring them to you. Heaven will highlight you. Heaven will speak your name in places where decisions are made. And when the moment arrives, you will know not because of outward signs, but because your spirit will say, "This is the alignment I've been prepared for." Walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with reverence. Walk forward knowing heaven has already gone before you. Chosen one. As we enter this final movement of the revelation, let your spirit become still enough to feel the gravity of what heaven is unfolding around you. This is not just another season. This is not simply a shift or an opportunity. This is the divine culmination of everything you have carried, everything you have survived, and everything you were molded to become. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural intersection where destiny meets timing, where preparation meets fulfillment, where obscurity meets unveiling. For so long you walked without seeing results, but heaven was watching every step. For so long you prayed without hearing answers, but heaven was aligning every detail. For so long you wondered if your life would ever make sense, yet heaven was writing a story that only maturity would one day allow you to understand. And now, chosen one, the page is turning. The chapter is unlocking. The long-awaited moment is approaching, and your spirit feels it, because heaven has already whispered it into your atmosphere. You must understand that when heaven orchestrates a connection, nothing on earth can disrupt it. No jealousy can block it. No delay can hinder it. No spiritual attack can sabotage it. The person being drawn toward you, the one whose influence, wealth, insight, or authority is destined to intersect with your journey, is not coming because of coincidence. Their spirit has been stirred. Their dreams have been activated. Their inner world has become unsettled because heaven is hinting that someone carries a solution, a message, a frequency that their life cannot ignore. That someone is you. You, the one who once felt invisible. You, the one who carried rejection like a shadow. You, the one who questioned if your calling was real when the silence felt suffocating. You, the one who kept showing up even when no door opened. Heaven is now responding to every seed you sowed in faith. The influential person is not being sent to validate your worth. They are being sent to collaborate with your calling. They have what supports your mission, and you have what awakens theirs. Chosen one, this next phase of your journey will require a different version of you, one that does not shrink when honored, one that does not tremble when elevated, one that does not dim their light to comfort those who refuse to grow. You have spent years learning how to survive. Now, heaven will teach you how to reign. You have spent years learning how to endure. Now, heaven will teach you how to influence. You have spent years learning how to fight invisible battles. Now, heaven will teach you how to stand in visible authority. The person being sent into your life is part of this transition. They are not coming to dominate you. They are coming to unlock you. They are not coming to overshadow you. They are coming to amplify you. They are not coming to dictate your path. They are coming to walk with you as your paths merge into divine purpose. And yet, chosen one, even in this elevation, heaven asks you to remain grounded not in fear, but in humility, not in smallness, but in sacred awareness. Let your discernment guide you, let your spirit lead you. Do not rush, but do not resist. When this person appears, whether subtly or suddenly, you will know by the peace that settles over your soul. You will know by the clarity in your thoughts. You will know by the way your purpose feels, as though it has stepped forward without you forcing anything. Destiny never shouts, it aligns. And you will feel that alignment like a gentle but undeniable shift within you. I want you to hear this deeply. You do not need to become someone else to step into this connection. You do not need to perfect yourself. You do not need to perform. Everything they are being drawn to is already within you. Every quality that heaven will highlight has already been forged through tears, through trials, through faithfulness when no one applauded. Your authenticity is your anointing. Your obedience is your authority. Your endurance is your elevation. There is nothing accidental about the timing of this moment, and nothing accidental about the person being drawn toward you. Chosen one, as this divine partnership unfolds, your influence will expand in ways that feel both supernatural and natural at the same time. Opportunities will flow without striving. Doors will open without knocking. Conversations will carry weight you did not expect. Your words will pierce through confusion. Your presence will command respect. And your vision, once confined to your imagination, will begin to manifest with divine acceleration. This is what happens when heaven breathes on a destiny. This is what happens when purpose is matured. This is what happens when the appointed time arrives. So walk into this future boldly, humbly, reverently. Heaven has not brought you this far to leave you. Heaven has not prepared you this long to abandon you. Heaven has not whispered your name into the atmosphere of influential people for nothing. Stand in your calling. Stand in your identity. Stand in your spiritual inheritance, because the one who is coming toward you has been prepared just as intentionally as you have. Chosen one, step forward. Destiny is waiting to recognize you. Chosen one. As we come to the close of this message, feel the holiness of this moment settling over you. Heaven has already begun the supernatural transfer, the alignment, the connection, the elevation. It is not future tense. It is now. You are standing inside your Kairos moment, the divinely appointed time written into your story long before you understood your calling. What is moving toward you has already been released, and what is awakening within you is heaven's confirmation that you are prepared to carry it. Chosen. One, may your spirit stay anchored, your steps stay aligned, and your heart stay open to the flow of the anointing guiding your path. Walk forward with reverence, because you are not entering a season, you are entering fulfillment. I speak blessings over your mind, your atmosphere, your decisions, and your destiny. May every door ordained by God open with ease, and may every counterfeit path fall away before it reaches you. If this word resonated in your spirit, share it as a testimony. Comment below, "I receive my divine alignment," and subscribe if you desire more prophetic guidance for your journey. Go in strength, go in faith, and go knowing this: the transfer has already begun, and you, chosen one, are ready for what heaven is sending.